I had people ask me why I got off of social media, and it's pretty simple, but because their thought was, well, can't you just ignore or just keep scrolling? And it's like, well, then what's the point of even being there? If you're just going to keep scrolling past shit that you think is either ignorant or stupid, that doesn't leave a lot of content left. No, I shouldn't say that. There's plenty of stuff plenty of content that I enjoyed, that I really like seeing. But the reality was, I can't just scroll past stupidity. I can't. I've tried. I tried it with Facebook and I couldn't do it. And that was, I don't know how long ago that was. 5, 6 years ago, 7 years ago. I don't know. I couldn't. I can't. It's like this reaction of I see something completely stupid or just based not on fact, and I have to ask questions. And I'd start to question the kind of company I keep, and I think I don't want to see them as some person that regurgitates shit they either don't know is true or doesn't make sense when you start diving into it and really digging into it and dissecting it. And so I grew tired of doing that. I grew tired of being bashed over the head with memes about how white man bad, and I can't anymore, because those people often wouldn't engage in intelligent discussion or objective discussion, to support some of the things that they would say, and the memes that they would post and repost. And in my mind, there's nothing lazier than someone that just reposts shit all day. It's completely mindless activity. You're not even thinking shit through. You're just regurgitating someone else's garbage. So, people have asked if it was a social media detox, and I think is about the stupidest fucking thing. This isn't a juice cleanse, man. It's there's no detox. It only gets more toxic when you come back, because then you realize, wow, these people are just as stupid as I thought they were. Some of these people are just that dumb, and some of the content is just that horrible, and some people just want to be willfully ignorant. They don't want to hear a different side of any discussion, and I found that really frustrating for me. I couldn't deal with that, because I question everything that I see and that I read. I don't look at something and just think, yeah, okay, sounds good. Let's move along. My mind doesn't work that way. So I found that I was spending way too much time scrolling through shit and looking at nonsense and trying to engage people that I thought were intelligent people, um, and they are, but I I no longer had the energy or desire to do that, but I couldn't just let it slide. Um, I've never been the kind of person that I equate it to. Well, that's how we've always done it. It's the same thing to me. That I that was why I got out of engineering. That's why I stopped doing practicing engineering. Um, I got so tired of hearing that from people, that that's how we've always done it. That's things like that are along the same lines that I just do as I'm told, coming from grown adults. That's how we've always done it. Uh, I don't get paid to think. Stupid shit like that grown adults would say. That's the equivalent to me. And I could never walk away from those conversations either. So much so, at one point, I had a guy say to me, he worked for me. He says, I just do as I'm told. And I turned to him and said, don't ever say that to me again, because the next time you do, I'll fire you. That is the dumbest thing a grown man can say to another grown man. You are a paid professional. You were paid $80,000 a year to think. If I need someone to just do what I tell them, I'll replace you with someone at half the cost. And he had never had someone put it to him that way because he was so used to just removing thought, just being just someone would tell him what to do and that's what he would do, like a little robot. And I think that's just irresponsible as a human to simply remove thought and just do what you're told. And I feel that same way when I would see people repost shit and no original content, and I would just look at that and think, you're better than that. You're smarter than that. I know you are. I've talked to you. I've had intelligent conversations with you in person. I know you're smarter than that. I know you're better than that. I know you don't believe that nonsense. And the response was always, it's just a meme. So you just regurgitate shit you don't agree with? Doesn't make sense to me. So that's really why I got off of social media entirely. I could no longer handle the level of virtue signaling I would get from some people. You couldn't offer a differing opinion without having a label applied. If you aren't anti-racist, you're racist. Well, I don't agree with that. Nothing says I have to be an activist. There's nothing that says that. That by default, if I'm not, makes me a racist. Hearing about the white patriarchy every single fucking day, and it's like, I don't know I don't even know how to respond to that. There were just so many things that I couldn't bear to watch people post and repost, and I also couldn't walk away from it. So that's why, which is too bad because there were some accounts that I really enjoyed. I enjoyed interacting with them. I enjoyed their content. They were genuinely nice people, good people. But at the end of the day, it wasn't adding any value. It wasn't wasn't doing anything for me. I wasn't really benefiting from it at all. It wasn't something that I couldn't go get elsewhere or find elsewhere. Yeah, it takes a little more work to go find it, but it's nothing that I can't do. And it's easier. The level of anxiety I would get from thinking, is someone going to respond? How are they going to respond? It was more, what did I say that someone's going to turn into something and label me as something? That was what it turned into. How is this going to turn me into a racist or a bootlicker or a snowflake or this or that or whatever label you want? It became to the point where it was causing me anxiety. I was losing sleep, and it's stupid. It's incredibly stupid because I don't care what other people's opinions are, but it would irritate me because I would think, how is that even possible? How have we gotten to this point? How have we gotten to the point where someone offers an objective thought and a differing opinion, and that turns into resorting to name calling? I don't know how that happens.